any branding. Meet any deadline, any tech, any website, any assistant. Create any music, any marketing, any social, any video, any animation, any translation, any voiceover, any service for any business. Visit anytask.com to find freelancers from as low as $1.
Hey you, welcome back to the channel. And so what we just looked at was the live television ad that went live from the Electroneum team, anytask.com. And Electroneum have been speaking about doing some really big things, getting on live television, doing commercial ads. And as you can see, it's very professionally done. And many of us, when we think about use cases for cryptocurrency, when we're looking at something like what we get with the Electroneum team in this promotional video, is quite amazing, right? They've done a great job at that. They've done a great job of building a brand over the last several years. And this is what the use case is all about now. There have been some philosophical debates about what needs to happen in cryptocurrency, use case over like these, I don't know, these store value, decentralized finance type projects that, don't really, it's very difficult to see where people are going to be using these products or what good they're going to be for people in the future. But with something like anytask.com, I think it's quite clear that we can see this evolution of the gig economy happening and how Electroneum has structured it to where outside businesses and people needing these tasks done, this allows as well people from developing nations now to participate and add value to the cryptocurrency space through the ecosystem with their skills, right? They don't have to have the same amount of economic direct value as people in other countries, because their talents and their skills and their labors can now be converted into that. And so how Electroneum is handling this is a lot of these businesses and services that need work done, they're able to come in, and whereas they'll use a standard payment system, their Visa, their MasterCard, their standard payment systems, they'll pay into Electroneum, but Electroneum will send out actual Electroneum as payments for the people who are going to be doing these tasks, right? The gig workers. And that's very important, and because it's what it's doing is converting that value down into a cryptocurrency. That's pretty awesome stuff, and everything looks great. Electroneum has continued to be a great product for many, many years. And, again, unfortunately, the cryptocurrency space, whereas now they are coming around, there have been, periods of time where we kind of had difficulty understanding why the cryptocurrency space didn't see the huge value and potential in Electroneum. But hopefully that's going to change now to the future. Everything looks great. And I look forward to seeing more development, more basically promotional and marketing with the product. And it's integration into many use cases for people who are in this gig economy, which many of us, especially now with the onslaught of COVID-19, where a lot of people are now taking up their own contract work and jobs at home and things like that. That's coming on the scene more than ever now. And I think that's going to be a great situation for the Electroneum gig economy. So that's very, very interesting. Good job, Electroneum. Now I want to segue into talking about Noise.Cash and Memo.Cash, these platforms, applications that are now being built on the Bitcoin Cash network. All right, I want to discuss Noise.Cash. Now, Noise.Cash, um, if you don't know, is an application on the Bitcoin Cash network. Now, just to give you a quick rundown of, excuse me, what's been happening with Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has been doing a lot of development. There is now a push for a lot of applications being built on Bitcoin Cash, and uh, even when you think back to Bitcoin Cash in relation to the challenge to Bitcoin, who was the real Bitcoin, who was more in line with what Bitcoin was supposed to be. Whereas we know the story where what we call Bitcoin Core actually wins, Bitcoin Cash remains a very powerful product, interesting product that goes on to build value and be spread throughout the globe and through merchant and vendor services. And now there is this push to actually build on top of Bitcoin, build on top of Bitcoin Cash, something that we haven't really seen with standard Bitcoin. So standard Bitcoin seems to be kind of stuck in this in a stagnant position, although in being a store of value, that's all it seems that Bitcoin's function wants to be. But whereas Bitcoin Cash, I believe the argument is more in line with the vision of Satoshi, building on it, using it for various applications, using it as a digital currency. And all of these are things that the Bitcoin core has failed to do. But uh, Noise.Cash is one of these latest applications. And what's happening with it is that Bitcoin Cash or Noise.Cash is similar to this microblogging Twitter like feel and site, right? And so it's starting to get a little bit of buzz because if we really think about how social media works in general, how we're now moving it over to the blockchain and using it on the blockchain, uh, I would say the average social media user is doing something similar to what you get with Twitter. They have very limited time. They only have about 5 minutes per social media application. So that generally means for most people using social media, especially if they're using it in large numbers or it's a very large user base, they're probably not spending on average more about 5 minutes. What that means is they got to be able to get value from social media and online, and they got to be able to get it fast. And so then that creates a situation where you're probably going to see more of these micro blogging sites where a person can post and relay information in a very short period of time. And that seems to be what's happening here with Noise.Cash built on the Bitcoin Cash network. Now, I always said do not sleep on Bitcoin Cash. Besides now starting to build these very interesting Twitter like applications, they're also doing great jobs with their wallets, right? I'm seeing some of the best wallets in cryptocurrency built on the Bitcoin Cash network. So Bitcoin Cash, definitely something that you do not want to sleep on or miss or be surprised by because they've been working on these projects for a long time, and it does seems like they're coming to fruition now. Um, Now, looking at Noise.Cash, and so I guess it's going to kind of be like a small slash review. It's interesting. There's doesn't seem to be anything very special about it besides it just being, something you can microblog with. I don't see anything in particular that leaps out at me, but the potential is there. But not only is the potential there, as I was looking at this and I was trying to understand the difference between this one and Memo.Cash that we'll visit in a second, as I was thinking Memo.Cash seems a great deal better. What's interesting about this project so far is you don't have to have any money to participate. It would seem that for, I'm assuming, what would be a limited period of time, they're providing the Bitcoin Cash you can earn and that you can distribute and circulate around. And that is big because most projects do require, as you can see here, this gentleman saying, send free tips. But most projects do require some type of payment or investment or something to that effect. But it would seem Noise.Cash so far is following the way. And it always seems to me kind of reminiscent of Voice over on EOS, which is going to be this internal social media site where they tried to take money out of it so people couldn't just kind of buy their influence, buy their way to top, similar to some of the issues that happen on the Steam and Hive blockchain with their applications in relation to social media. But it was seen for now, Noise.Cash is going to be one of these products that is going to provide Bitcoin Cash free and the tips free for a certain amount of time. And it does seem the really cool part about this as well is they are encouraging that you need, before you can withdraw any earned tips, that you have to tip someone else, right? That you're encouraged to do that before you can withdraw. So that's creating better distribution throughout the system, which I think can actually work to the favor of this platform. Now, very interesting enough, and we're going to discuss this a little bit anyway, about the Bitcoin our project token that has a token on the Bitcoin Cash network, and how through these projects like this, as we'll be part of these networks and participate in these communities, they may be able to earn, in addition, our Bitcoin MYK cryptocurrency, and we'll show you that in a moment. And I think that's very interesting as well. So it looks like it's going to be some exciting days ahead for the Bitcoin Cash network. I think they're taking this serious. I think we're going to see quite a bit of some cool applications built on top of the Bitcoin Cash network. But let's get over to Memo.Cash. I'll tell you real quick about how we're innovating or integrating the Bitcoin MYK project into the Bitcoin Cash network and into these applications, and whereas you might can take advantage of that and gain even more opportunity through our platform. All right, we're here on the memo.com, or I'm sorry, memo.cash site. And as you can see, this is very similar in a sense to Noise.Cash. But what I like about this particular application on the Bitcoin Cash network is that it actually has token integration where you can actually tip people as well. And it has an exchange. It has quite a bit of things built into one, right? Now, I think the difference, the only difference though with Memo.Cash is it doesn't have exactly the free Bitcoin Cash. And I think that's going to work quite well for Noise.Cash as long as that lasts. Now, we don't know how long it will last, but in the sense now that it does, I think it'll be easier for people to just participate, and they won't have to worry about trying to purchase Bitcoin Cash and things like that. It seems that it will make a pretty good distribution model in that sense. So those are the differences. But let me go here to tokens, and you can see what I'm talking about here, that these tokens are actually integrated into the social network. And so what you get is so when you visit a post or a profile, you're able to actually tip with tokens that communities can create. So kind of reminiscent of what you get with Ethereum and ERC20 tokens. And you can do all these things. And what I like how these applications have this synergy together and they are interoperable together. You can send these SLP tokens, which is a protocol that creates them, all over the blockchain. And that's pretty darn cool, right? So my opinion is that something like Memo.Cash is a lot better layout than it's a lot better layout than oh, and I want to go back to tokens for a second, just to kind of show you the exchange they got integrated into the posting and the token creation. But I think Memo.Cash is definitely more development and it's a more useful product. However, I think initially the way that Noise.Cash is handling it, get new people in, go ahead, give them some cryptocurrency, let them use the product so they can find out if they like it or not. I think that's going to work very well to Noise.Cash favor. And maybe Memo.Cash kind of should have did a similar thing, but it does have the token integration already in it. Let's see what that is. Let's see what list is. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to click on the token. Let me click on Zapit Wallet. Zapit is pretty darn cool. Zapit is actually one of those cool wallet applications that you can use. You can send your SLP tokens to and your Bitcoin Cash to. And you can see here things are being bought and listed and sent and sold. And this is what would be their their exchange. You can hit for sale and you're going to see what the community is putting out as they're gauging the value of their various cryptocurrencies. Right? You can see how they do it here. You can buy it, the icons of who's selling it, what they're selling it for, and so on and so forth. Right? So that's pretty darn cool. That's pretty darn amazing. And we are listed on here as well. Btcmyk is available on Memo.Cash. And as I understand it, in the future will be, I usually have some Zapit tokens, but doesn't seem like I have any today. Trying to see if I can locate us. Let me go to sell tokens. I got to log in, so it's not going to let me do that. But it's pretty darn interesting. As you can see, Memo.Cash is just a great product as well. And the only advantage that Noise seems to have over Memo right now, as I said, is going to be the free Bitcoin Cash given out. So you definitely want to try that, and make sure you give us a follow while you're over there. But the other interesting part is what we're starting to see is there are people who are coming over from Steam and Hive and a variety of places like that. And they're interested in the blogging and the microblogging and earning in that capacity. But our project, the Btcmyk project that we've got to speak a little bit about throughout the channel, because we're a SLP token as well, engaging with us in these communities are going to offer the ability to earn some of our cryptocurrency, which is tradable on the Hive engine, tradable on Hive, tradable on Steam, and it's tradable here on Bitcoin Cash. So that I think that's going to create a very cool bridging product for many of these projects and many of these users in these various communities or the similar theme, or they want to try microblog and see how that works out. But very interesting, exciting stuff happening here. A big supporter of the Bitcoin Cash network. The Btcmyk project is part of the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. It has tokens created there. And so in the description, we're going to leave away. You get some of that free as well. So just a lot of great opportunities for you on the Bitcoin Cash network. You certainly should try it. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. And until next time, as always, take care.